Hi guys, back to the Coles crane. We got down to here last time around, which is the bottom of the turntable support, and we're about to go into the rear axle and the front axle and see how far we get with that. Going to try this time, rather than two fixed cameras, you've got this camera here, which is the overview, and then I'm going to see how it works using a zoom-in camera, so to speak, you know, for close-up work. This is me learning about filming as we go on. So, that being said, let's just take a video of this now. This is me taking a video of where we are at the moment in close-up. So, put that in. Hope you can see. That's where we've got to press. This is going to be the long version, which will last about an hour or thereabouts, and I will do a summary version as normal in a day or two from now for the ones with less time to look at this sort of thing. Apologies are due first of all, because I did, and it's against the spirit of the thing, but last time round I did knock 4 minutes off of the video record time, which was picked up by Steve, who saw a nut disappearing, and you know, well, what can I say, Steve, you've got very good observation skills. When that nut disappeared at 28 minutes or whatever it was. But yes, I was just trimming off the film that was just absolutely dead silence and nothing on the camera because it was on my knee or whatever. But I've learnt my lesson. That's not the spirit of what we're doing here, where you're seeing every second of it being done. So that won't happen again. You'll just have to put up with dead silence and not happening on camera, if that's what it comes to. But anyway, right, let's see what happens. We got this. Take that out because that was just a... I think I'm pretty pleased with this, by the way. This is in all its glory. Like that. That works for the steering. The bearings still moving nicely. Yeah, I think we've more or less succeeded with that one. So anyway, he's living down there for the time being, because today is all about this and axles. So, starting off here, the axle beam is formed by bolting a 2.5-inch double angle strip to each end of a 7.5-inch girder. So let's get a 7.5-inch girder and two 2.5-inch double angle strips. Get the angle strips out of here. Two angle strips. Girders here, 7.5 inches, which would be this one here. So plenty of those. So here we go then. So do we get down to a differential today, or doesn't seem to describe one. First differential I did was the Tony James one in the sliding bed recovery truck, and I have to say I enjoyed doing it. It was learning something quite complicated, and it was just nice how the thing came together. I've made a few different ones up since then out of the Meccano manuals and whatnot, but yes, that was me. I partially got into Meccano because I wanted to learn a bit about how mechanics worked. And in putting that together, you know, now I know how a differential works, how a gearbox works. Some other mechanisms that I didn't know before I started doing this. So, you know, mission accomplished on that. Right, let's have a read of this. The axle beam is formed by about a 2.5-inch double strip to each end of it. Oh, not flat girder. I keep on getting these confused. Put you back. Angle girder. Angle girder, Andrew. We've got one here, you see it? Yeah, my ones. Is that 7.5 inch? That's 5.5 inch. That means I have to go into other one. Right, 7.5 inch angle girder. Just excuse my moving this as I'm getting at it. Am I the only one who gets angle girders and flat girders mixed up? Because I seem to do that on a fairly regular basis. Old Asian senility creeping up on me. Now we've got 7.5 inch. There we go. Matter of fact, we'll leave that down there in case we need to get in again. There's no point in being in the way. So, right. So, 2.5 inch door to each end of a 7.5 inch angle girder. This is the second hole of 2.5 inch angle girders. At the I think it's talking about on here now. So, at the sit into the 5.5 inch angle girder. Drawings. I'm thinking that it's meaning that for the 7.5 inch angle girder and these the 2.5 inch ones. That's where it's fitted. So at this end for the rear axle, 2.5 inch one to each end of 7.5 inch angle girder. So how exactly? I mean, you know, which holes do I fit them on? 11.5 inch axle, which need not rotate straight through the 4 lugs of the double angle strips. Got on above. I mean, it could just be like that, so it fits the just fits out like that. Could do with a plan above, so I can. Oh, hang on a second. There's my plan from above, I reckon. Yeah. Yes. This is the plan from above. That's that. Pretty sure. Right, so that's going to be bolted in. Just on these. So just so you do the drawing you're working on, that's going to be that. This here. Where would you do it? So hang on a second. No. So I can do it the wrong way around, aren't I? Because looking at it. That coming out like that. So these fasten through here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. And you're going to get a long angle girder coming through here. Now, does that work? through a long axle coming through here. And I was just wondering. I'm sure there'll be space for that to come through with that. That's not going to foul on that, is it? Just try that and make sure. No, we won't like it in there, I think. Let's get a do just to try. Is that going through alright without fouling on that? Oh, lovely job. Easily, easily. So, do our end of this. Does anyone know if there's any of these Coles mobile cranes still in existence and in operation anywhere? Because I would be interested. Leave it in the comments if you do. And if you know of any that are within like an hour's drive of Bradford where I might be able to take a video of this next to one, that'd be even better come the end of it. Because I'd love to get a video of like the dinky toy next to this, next to the bigger thing. But I don't know if there's any of these still in existence. I mean, they'll be very, very old beasts at this point in time. But maybe there's a museum somewhere. And that would be cool if anybody did know. So, I think we've got his axle built up. That, so, well, frame for his axle anyway. Well, that's the axle beam. So this is fitted to the second. That's that there. Fitted to that. Oh. Right, so that should have gone through there like that too. Take those off because that's supposed to be. Oh, you're not right bright, Andrew, are you? Take those off. A lot of Meccano for me is me doing it, making a bugger of it, and then restarting it. Which, you know, I'm hoping that's what a lot of Meccano is for everybody, but who knows? But I'm figuring it out as I go along, and you know, the mistakes you make now are hopefully not the ones that I make a year or two down the line. As long as you're learning as you go. There we go, that's what that will look like then instead. So, yeah. Like that. Tighten that up in a minute, now we've got it in place. Get the aluminum finger tight as well. Yeah. 11.5 inch axle which need not rotate. Okay. Right, so I want 11.5 inch in here. How long are you? 2 long. That looks more like it. Now these aren't actually Meccano axles, these are ones where I bought some steel and just cut it down with a grinder to length. That's why they look a bit newer. And they seem to work okay, although they're supposed to be hardened steel, they do tend to get marks on them quite easily where they screws have been. I don't know how well they're going to operate long term, but anyway, that's what I've got the length of at the moment, so it'll do here. Fit through the 4 lugs of the double angle strips, so look at that. That's not bad, is it? It's not bad at all. Fit a 3/4 inch bolt to one hole radial of a 2/8 inch sprocket wheel. Let's get a 2 inch sprocket wheel out then first of all. This did start off with the contents of a set 10 in it, and then it's basically just become a general ordinary for everything because there's too much space in that for it to only have a set 10 in. I don't know, does everybody else who's got a set 10 end up doing the same thing? And that, because if you look, just while we're at it, I'll show you the contents of my set 10 cabinet since it's next door to me, and it'll give me an excuse to use this close-up camera that I was talking about doing. So no, I'm not zooming in, zooming out. How do you do that? Be right. So what we've got, various circular bits, proper mammoth flywheels, and some smaller ones. These. Here's me long strips, some transparent pieces, transparent blue panels, flexible panels, circulars, blue and black. As I say, I mean, this is no longer a set 10 by any means whatsoever. It's more of some set 10 and less of others, because that's just the sort of way they were done. But at one point I had counted it out, so there were. So all these are my various nickel plated flat girders, brackets, curves, wheels, narrows, quite a few narrows there. That's some more there. Got a whole box full of narrows as well. Here's some more circular sport wheels. Don't think that is Meccano. Sprocket wheels and gear wheels. More circular bits, varying colours. Brass. These are actually reproduction parts I got them new because I wanted some shiny gold. Feel like a dragon sat on my shiny gold. So there we are. And then finally, this one is just loads of angle girders, far more than an actual set 10. Pull that lot up and we haven't even got slide into the bottom of it. And the various yellow plates. I mean, it kind of coincides with the contents of a set 10 in terms of where you put stuff, but there we go. So that's me using my close-up camera as well, which that's no. This is me making a bugger in my close-up camera, my zoom, but that'll do. So put that back down there. And while we've got the close-up camera out, let's just show you that's how the how that is done. So right, there's that sprocket. 3/4 inch bolt. That'd be one of these here. Inch bolts. Yeah. So one radial hole of a 2-inch sprocket wheel. So the thread is on the boss side. Yeah. And tighten in place. So there we are. So that's tightened in place. 3 washers are placed on the axle and the sprocket fitted boss outwards. So just match out at the minute. Doesn't tell me which side I want to be going at for the sprockets. Guessing that's that is showing like that. Come back up here. This here is the picture of it. So if you're looking, I guess this would be. Will this be upside down? That'd be upside down looking at it from that end, wouldn't it? So I'll look at some pictures. I'm not sure if there's a meaningful end I've got to go through on this on either side. So if you're doing it, this in place for the that's the right way around, because that's the bare in there and that's going to fit in there. So if I'm looking upside down, that's the rear one there, and there's two of them. Oh, so that tells you you're doing it either side, I guess. Doesn't really matter then. But it doesn't tell you that in the instructions, does it? It's 3 washers are placed on the axle and the sprocket fitted boss outwards. So I'm going to presume then that 1, 2, 3. That's 3. Sprocket fitted boss outwards. Do we have to tighten that in place? We're saying that need not rotate, so this is going to have to rotate, so I'm guessing no. And 3 more washers. 2, 3. 3 more washers and a 3-inch pulley fitted with a 4-inch tie. Got that. That's bigger wheels than I've got. Where have I got my bigger wheels? Are they here? I do have some of those bigger wheels, but I'm trying to think where I've got them. Be in the garage. Right, guys. I know I said I wouldn't turn off, but I'm not leaving you here looking at the desk for 10 minutes while I go and rummage through the garage. So I'm going to stop recording on this one, and I'm going to just go and find some of these right size wheels and tyres, because I didn't realise that I needed them quite as big as that. Let's have a look. How many am I going to need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I've got 6 as big as that. Were they part of the original contents of a set 10? Probably. If he's asking for them. Right, bear with me. So we're out in the garage now, and this is what I keep storing in the garage. Basically speaking, random assortments. To talk you through it, there's a box from Designer Kit. That in here is eventually waiting to be the Mechanoid G15 case or whatever it is that's going to be put together. There's a Bral set, a Merkur 8 set, some more Merkur 8 pieces, some bits of red and green. There's a number 10 red and green set here, which I should really use. It's still missing a few pieces I'm trying to get together, and then I'll have a full set, and I really should bring some red and green into my building for the traditionalists, but I just want to complete that set first. Got some more. This was the cabinet that I first started off at. The first major buy that I bought was in this cabinet. Got loads of red and green in there. This is the overflow red and green from that 10 set next door. These are the ones that are access to a set 10. So set 10 there, pieces that individual pieces that would be more than a set 10 in there, but I'm still missing 1 or 2 bits and bats for that one. Oh, let's hit those to go with that to make up the if you're not going anywhere, you're buggered. Off up the bin. And then if you're looking here, that's just crates of old manky stuff basically that I should sort out and decide what I'm doing with, but not all of it Meccano, some of it Meccano, and more crates of it. So yeah, my wife tells me I've got a problem because I've got too much, but I think it's a problem that a lot of Meccano men share. So there we are. That's the garage, and we've got some tyres to be getting on with. Okay then, we're back up here. We've got the 3.5 inch pulleys with the 4.5 inch tyres. They've got red red pulleys inside them, which isn't going to fit the colour scheme that we're doing them with. And I've got a few of these. I've got sufficient to replace them. And I have some more down at the garage as well. So, but getting these tyres on these buggers, oh my word, my word. Never really I know it's a pain, and I've never really been very good at doing it, so don't know, do you guys want to see me? This is a to be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure what kind of a job it is. This might be a I'll leave it till I've got some more idea what I'm doing kind of job for those. And work on something else instead for the time being. So let's tell you what, we'll put those three on here. We'll tighten him up so he's not falling off the there. Has anybody got any ideas as to how to fasten these on? Because I've never really done it. I mean, these were fitted on nicely by somebody, clearly. I'm not sure how to get these on as well as this. I've got a feeling it might involve soaking in hot water or something like that. I shall ask for advice on the various forums, and hopefully by next week I'll maybe do that off camera. Anyway, well, yeah, I've got a 2-inch sprocket to do the other side, so that's another 2-inch. I didn't think they had tyres as big as that in a number 10 set. I thought they were like a extra that came along, but since how John James works within the confines of the number 10 set, I must presume I was wrong at saying that. So, boss outwards. And they are coincidentally more or less in mine. Didn't really try for that, but gauges a hole in the pulley. So just try this so I can see basically, not. Yeah. So you do it like that, so that that's the idea. Just bring our close in. We're getting all professional with close ins. So you can see, that's the bolt from the sprocket there going through there, so it's engaging with that, so when the sprocket goes around it's going to bring that, and that's really wonky, isn't it? So I'm not going to be able to use that. Is that the tyre or the pulley? That's wonky. Anyway, it's going to be re-put onto a it's either going to be re-put onto a pulley, or I'm going to cheat and go to eBay and buy a load that have already got tyres on them, and that is a distinct possibility, because life's too short. I don't know yet, we'll see, but that's how the idea of that works. That goes through that, and just looking at the drawing, then your next one's going to go on like that, and there's going to be a bolt attached through there that'll get with that. Yeah, that seems like a plus. So then you've got a double going like that. But as I say, we're going to make that colour compatible and get some that are decent. So we'll leave that at that point, and we'll come back to that later on. That's 1 unit. Fit a collar to the axle end. So yeah, I can see what to do there, but at the minute I need to get those sorted out, and I'm not bugging about with that just right at this second. Come back to it. So, but essentially, that is the frame for the rear axle. That's the sprockets that are going to eventually be chained up. And where's my picture gone? So make this lot. Organisation chapter. So you can see on there, that's my sprockets that are eventually going to be chained up to the gearbox in the middle. So yeah, I'm reasonably comfortable that's put together correctly, and we just need to get this aspect of it sorted out. So that's me looking for some advice and potentially getting on eBay. Which is cheating, I know, but there we are. Right, the front axle, D2 and D3, which is going to be looking at this part of the drawing here, because that's what we've just done. Six by 2. What's the? Not sure what that bit's about. Presumably we build it up later on. Mind boggles. But anyway, we're on here. So 9.5 inch strip. Strip that's you. Inch bolt. For the fifth hole of a 9 inch strip, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The third long hole of a 7.5 inch angle girder. Come out of the way. Fifth hole, third hole, and the second hole of the 2.5 inch angle girder on the chassis. Is that pointing upwards? Like that? Or is it like that, so that we're at the... It could be either. So look at pictures. Don't think it really matters looking at that, but I think that's the correct way round. Oh, the 7.5 inch girder has its short flange facing down and forwards. Oh, fifth hole, the second hole. I'm going it through a long hole. How do I get it so that the short hole is down and forwards? Because that doesn't make sense, guys. No, Tony, I've got to be right like that. I'm going to work on the basis that that's short facing down and forwards. No, short flange it could be, I suppose. Oh, Tony. Got a magnifying glass here somewhere. This is where I could do with some more pictures, Tony. Or I might have to go and consult the internets. But let's not give up hope on it just yet. What's that? That's that. They're going to be so that that can have that. This is this bit that I'm talking about that's really interesting, where I'm just scratching my head. That's French, for a 5th hole, 9.5 inch strip. Inch reversed angle bracket. So that would suggest that's coming back up through there. Guess. Well, let's get that part in here then. 1, 2, 4, I want 2 of these. According to that, it's going down into that space there. So I'll back it by its slide hole and tighten with its short lug outwards. So like that. And 9.5 inch strips of these logs going across. Yeah, that might work. Yeah, yes. Yes, I'm back on board with what Tony's wanting doing now, I think. Can see the logic. Always works better if you can see the logic in it. I know you haven't got a right good angle just at the moment. Oh, bloody hell. I'll give you a close up on what we've done once I've got this bolt in place and tightened up. My old fat fingers are not ideal for doing these, but there we go. That's that. I'm going to put the other one. There we go. That's that. It's always a mix of looking at pictures, drawings and words and just figuring it out, and in this case the drawings are the most helpful, I think. Presuming of course that I've got it right, but I think I have, because I can figure out from here what the purpose of it was, which is always a good sign. I'm just chunking to myself, mumbling to myself here. There we go, you're in. Right, and then another 9.5 inch strip across there, and that starts to make sense as the holding for the axles. Yeah, not the frame. So frame's the word I'm looking for, pretty sure. So he's going across here. 3 on each side, on the top. There's the lugs. I'll do a close up of this frame for you guys in a second. You see it, and I'll be interested to see how this video turns out with this 2-camera version with close-ups. He says I'm looking at to see where he's put that other camera. I better find it. That's my work camera. My work phone. There we are. There we are. Right. Let's just show you this arrangement. So you can get bit of idea. So with that, you've got probably better from this angle here. You can see there's your reverse angle brackets forming this, and eventually I'm presuming a rod of some sort will go through there for the wheels to... I know what I'm talking about, and I'm sure some of you watching know what I'm talking about, but that's what we've got. I think I've got that the right way around. We'll see how that works later on, but yeah, jolly good. That's that. This is the front axle. Fit 3-inch axle to the centre hole of the coupling. Ah, right, yeah. Brass. Couplings. Coupling. 3-inch axle. Bear with me, axles are down here, just out of your field of view. All the axles a man could want. That's that. Right, put a range axle to the centre hole of a coupling. Add 2 washers. So upwards through the end holes. So it says in 2 washers. D2 and D3, so that's D3. That's not really helping a great deal. Range axle to the centre hole of a coupling, unless it means like that. Just hang on a second. Pictures. I need pictures. Strange, once you've got it built, it all becomes remarkably clear, and you think, how could you have been so stupid as to not see it as it should have been? But in the meantime, not as clear as that. That could be it. Centre hole. Oh, that's differential assembly. Where are we on here? Here we are on this. 3-inch axle to the centre hole of the coupling, and is upwards through the end. So if I do that like that, let's try with this for the time being. I'm not 100% convinced I've got this right, but fit range axle to center coupling. Add 2 washers. And just push through the end doors of the 2.5 inch. So which one counts as... Oh, I'm losing myself here. Which one's upwards and which one's downwards and in between and so forth. And that's not... So you won't be able to go transverse without putting that in. Let's have a look at this again. So it goes through those. Maybe at this end here then. Yeah. Oh, I wish there were a better picture of that. Okay, from here, from like that. The rear axle now. Hang on a second, he says this. It's going like that, isn't it? It's going like that. So the question that I've got is that mounted correctly? Because I would have said I was going through to the centre hole of a coupling. See, on the pictures, that looks more like, can't see really from there, but that looks more like it's on the end hole, not the centre hole. Well, that could be on the centre hole then, couldn't it? But then you wouldn't be able to get that through it. This could be looking totally wrong because there's a variety of ways that could go, and I'm not 100% convinced I've got this right, however I look at it. I'm looking at that. So looking at the drawing, I would have suggested that 3.5 inches probably bigger than I need. No, this has got a bit of it that's going through though, so that's right. I'll tell you what, I think that's as good a place as any to leave it be, because I'm a little bit puzzled. I mean, I need to go away and look at some pictures on the internet of people who've done this before. Maybe get some advice. I need to sort these wheels out. And yeah, so what we've got done so far basically is that and this, and that's sort of ready to go. And you've had a look at some other bits of my collection, and we're still having to figure it out. Again, I don't feel like we've got a massive amount done, but we've been going for an hour, and this is where we're at. You know, I said we'd get there by the end of February. Did I say what year? I don't know. Anyway, that's us for now. We'll see you next week. Cheers.